This week on Game Club, you're going to watch footage of Pyre while we talk about gaming news. Can DC Hudson save Bioware? All signs lead to N64 Classic. Walmart pisses off Nintendo fans even more than Nintendo does. Telltale gives gamers the threesome they've been hoping for. And more. It's Game Club. Reviews with news. So while you're watching this footage of Pyre, we're going to be talking about gaming news. At the end of this video, we'll do a review of Pyre. It's a pretty cool, exciting game. In the meantime, we're talking about N64 Classic. All signs lead to the possibility of an N64 Classic. Obviously, last year, the NES Classic came out. It had...
supposedly.
So are we already predicting the N64 Classic shortage?
Yeah, exactly. It's such a nightmare. I mean, the NES, it had almost 30 games included. I think it was like 27.
I'm like mad about it that like they don't.
Nobody
could
find it. I wanted one.
My cousin has one. He posted it on Facebook. Like in the first 2 weeks that it came out, I'm like, cool. Can't wait for mine. Like never.
Well, I mean, hey, let's be fair here. If you want one, all you gotta do is pay $400 on eBay.
Jeez.
That's all you gotta do.
Let's be fair here. If you want one, all you gotta do is run an emulator, and
that's true.
I don't know what.
I mean,
I'm a law-abiding citizen,
we do
sir.
not advocate piracy here.
We just do it.
What?
We don't advocate.
Just not from our
I
content.
have no idea what you're talking about. Allegedly.
Allegedly. And then, of course, right around the corner is the SNES Classic, which itself has already reported is going to have massive problems with
Supposedly
shortages.
they're making a little bit more. No one knows how much more. But
yeah, and there's also actually, let's talk about the SNES Classic story right now. So Walmart just suddenly put forward an SNES Classic sales webpage.
Yeah.
And it went up, and
order page.
People started just buying tons of them. 2, 5, 6, 12,000. And, obviously to keep one and sell on eBay. And then Walmart said, whoops, glitch in the system. We did not mean to do that.
Yeah, we don't have any.
And people have been reporting that, some people are reporting that Walmart is still honoring their sale. Other people are reporting that Walmart has canceled their order. Apparently, there was a similar glitch in the UK, not with Walmart, but a different company. And anybody who just ordered one, they honored, or they are still honoring.
Huh.
And those who ordered a number of them, those are the ones that got canceled. So that could be what's behind this.
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like the good guy wins in that situation.
So Walmart's, of course, ticking off Nintendo fans there.
Yeah.
More than Nintendo, who's just giving us shortages.
Yeah,
At least they're not giving them to us and then taking them back. They're just not giving us any. That's all they're doing.
Whatever. I mean, this and then the crappy thing called the Switch. I'm just so over Nintendo.
Okay, so we kind of went off on a tangent there on the Walmart story.
Yeah,
but what I was actually meaning to report on is on NeoGAF again, there seems to be revealed on NeoGAF a thread that in the European Union Intellectual Property Office, Nintendo has filed a trademark that seems to point towards a Nintendo 64 product. Yeah. And with the SNES Classic coming out of nowhere and being out right now, it definitely seems like an N64 Classic is probably next year's product. And
Nintendo, recycling your favorite stuff over and over.
Yeah, but come on, the N64 was pretty fun. Did you guys have any, what if we made our dream list of N64 games to go on the N64 Classic, what would it be? I mean, obviously Mario. GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Mario 64, I freaking love that game.
I still play that game.
There's other games that have come out. No, but seriously, obviously you got The Legend of Zelda. What are some of the other big ones that you liked? Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Donkey Kong 64 with the secret little, when you turn left at the beginning, instead of going down, you can get into his house and get extra lives and stuff like that. Remember that?
Yeah. Obviously Mario Kart 64 is probably a shoo-in, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We won't get Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I think that was battle mode. The first time there was battle mode. That was fun.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Star Fox 64?
Oh, yeah, that was huge. Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Definitely in Perfect Dark, which was the fault. Well, did you like GoldenEye?
Yeah.
See, they lost the license to James Bond, and they wanted to make a sequel to GoldenEye, but they couldn't do James Bond, so they made it's exactly a sequel to GoldenEye, but it's sci-fi and it stars a woman, Joanna Dark.
So Genesis and SNES.
Earthworm Jim. That was fun. I played that a lot.
All right, let's move on. Move away from the old into the new. Telltale Games has announced their next 3 games, and for fans of Telltale, this is a pretty sweet lineup. First of all,
is it based on a TV show?
Yeah? No? Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, no.
The next one is season 2 of their Batman game. The first season was really great. Really out of the box. They did their own version of Batman where they kind of changed things up. They also announced the final season of their Walking Dead game, which is season 4.
Okay.
Depending on how you count things, but I think they're thinking of it as season 4. It's going to conclude the story of Clementine, who's had a very interesting story. That's why I kind of choked on my words when he said, is it based on a TV show? Because there is a Walking Dead TV show, but this game doesn't follow that story at all. It follows its own story in the same
So
world.
do you, what button is argue button? Is there like, do you hit X to argue with the person next to you?
Okay, Garrett. Okay.
Walking Dead is like the most disappointing.
Have you played those games?
No, I think
but
he's talking about the TV show, right?
The TV show
Oh,
is
maybe the TV
so
show.
less action, so more arguing that I would figure the video game would just be like,
Argue simulator.
yeah, like there's
No.
a zombie outside, or you could argue with the guy in front of you about who's going to get the next food ration.
The story of the
I'm gonna go
first
with argue.
the story of the first game will cut you apart, Garrett.
Yeah.
I challenge you to play the first season.
I'm not saying that it's not a good game.
It will cut you down as a human being. As a father, you will be destroyed.
Then I'm not playing that.
Turn to mulch.
Sounds ridiculous.
And then the third one they said they're going to release. This is something Josh and I are excited for. But a season 2 of Wolf Among Us. Josh and I really loved the first Wolf Among Us season. Wolf Among Us, I don't think official numbers were ever released, but it just didn't seem to sell very well. And so they kind of went radio silent on Wolf Among Us itself. So it's pretty much seemed like it was...
What is that? You talked about that before.
Yeah, it's a original story based on the Fable license. Moving on with the news. Bioware, Chris. Bioware. Has our
Anthem.
savior returned, Chris?
Anthem. That's all I care about right now.
As a fellow Bioware lover, you must be familiar with Casey Hudson, right?
Right. I don't know if I'd say I love her.
Oh, what?
If they went first person, I'd marry them. But they're obsessed with that third person over their shoulder stuff.
What's about? What do they make?
Mass Effect games, the Dragon Age games, Anthem coming out soon. In case you don't know, Casey Hudson was the creative director of, I definitely know for a fact, the Mass Effect trilogy. And I think he had a heavy hand in the Dragon Age games. So essentially, he is the creative mind behind everything good BioWare has done.
Now he's taking over CEO?
Well, what happened was he was the creative director, and then he left right when Mass Effect 3 was finished and went to go work for Microsoft with having to do with HoloLens. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, what happened to the HoloLens? How
So-
come I'm not wearing one right now?
I was going to say, we should all have those on.
Well, in his absence, BioWare gave us Dragon Age Inquisition, which was
Yeah.
Terrible?
and then gave us Mass Effect Andromeda, which was
Oh my gosh.
Med Plus?
Med Plus.
I'd give it a Med Plus.
Now it was announced that they have hired him to be general manager of all of BioWare. And I think that is awesome news. The guy that was at the core of the company when it was making the best stuff, he has returned. If anybody can set the ship back to right, I think this is one of those people.
Let's see. You seem pretty optimistic.
I do seem very optimistic, but he's only been general manager for like a week now. You got to give him
Yeah.
some time, of course. Probably not even the next game, Anthem, you can really,
Yeah,
Is Anthem a
you
brand
can't
new?
give him credit either negative or positive for Anthem. It'll have to be the game after that. Chris, this is what I hope for. I think with Casey Hudson back, the guy that was the brainchild or the power behind the Mass Effect trilogy, I think we might get a proper Mass Effect 4. That's where my hopes lie. So we need him to return. Mass Effect Andromeda doesn't follow the story of the original trilogy.
Yeah, it won't be canon anymore soon.
Yeah, it will not be canon. You are
Yeah.
absolutely right. We need Mass Effect 4 proper. We need Shepard to return. We need Garrus to return.
Commander.
Okay, well, let's conclude the news side of this with a report on August PlayStation Plus versus Games with Gold.
Ooh, I re-upped my subscription, so I need to
To
know.
which one?
PS Plus.
Good, you picked the right month.
Oh, you're
I have been
giving away your hand.
I have been very disappointed for at least 6 months, and this month is going to be awesome.
I don't have a PS4 though, so I'm just hoping for some good PS3 games.
Well, then you're making mistakes. We'll start with Games with Gold. So on the Games with Gold side of things, Slime Rancher is coming out, retail price $19.99. Bayonetta coming out. That was a fun game. I mean, there's a Bayonetta 2 already, but still better than nothing. Bayonetta, $19.99 retail price. Trials Fusion.
I love
Oh,
Trials.
is that like when you're a lawyer and you're in a courtroom?
No,
Okay.
You're a space lawyer. It's Trials Fusion.
it's a dirt bike kind
Oh,
of
okay.
unrealistic physics, right, Chris?
No, very realistic.
Oh, very realistic physics. I mean, I know it's
Kind of
physics
very
heavy.
realistic.
I
That
just
sounds fun. I like those games.
Time trials, you know where you do the bike and you got to go through the obstacle course?
Yeah.
And then also Red Faction Armageddon, $29.99 retail
Faction's good.
for a total value of $89.96. But on the PS Plus side of things for August, Just Cause 3 for
Oh,
PlayStation 4.
for
Okay.
PS4.
Yeah. And Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. I've never even heard of that.
What is that?
Those are one of their smaller, like, in-between ones.
Yeah. Super Motherload is coming.
Oh, is that like a mining game?
Snake Ball.
What is that?
Downwell, which is an awesome game. Awesome game, Downwell. And the thing about Downwell is it's a Vita game, but it's cross-buy with PS4. So what you have to do is go... So if you have a PS4 and you want to play Downwell for free, go on your browser, go to the PlayStation Store, like on your browser on your computer, access it, click that you want the free Vita game so it gets added to your account, and then it'll become a free cross-buy download on your PS4. So then you can go to your PS4 and it'll be there for free. And then lastly, a game called Level 22 for a combined total retail value of $111.
What's the PS3 game in there?
I'm guessing it's Super Motherload and Snakeball. Now let's talk about Pyre. I'm going to leave this to Chris and Garrett to handle.
All right, Chris and I are gonna review the game Pyre without James, so I'm not sure how well thought out and educated this review will be, but it'll be honest.
Yeah, James is usually our in-depth lore guy who gives you all the background on everything.
Yeah, he could tell you what other 6 games this game is similar to. But for the closest I can think, it's a little bit like rugby.
It's like air hockey or soccer,
Air hockey, okay, yeah.
but with magic.
Yeah, but there's passing, right?
Yeah.
Other characters. So we played it, and I played from the very beginning. A couple things I liked and didn't like. One thing I liked is the graphics are really good.
They are. It's absolutely beautiful game, isn't it?
Yeah, they have a simple kind of hand-drawn look to the background, which I'm a big fan of that because it's probably resource light on your systems, and but still looks really good. I liked the ability to choose your own name, but one thing I didn't like is it took me like a solid 10 minutes before I even got to do any gameplay. Just reading 10 minutes of reading text.
So that's one of the tough things about this game. So here's the description from Steam real quick. Pyre is a party-based RPG from the creators of Bastion and Transistor. Lead your band of exiles to freedom through a series of mystical competitions in the campaign, or challenge a friend to a fast-paced ritual showdown in the head-to-head versus mode. I feel like there's kind of a disconnect. Like I kept wanting to get to the actual matches.
You kept hitting the controller trying to skip the dialogue.
Like anybody looking at this game, deciding whether or not to play it, you have to be really into story.
Yeah.
And this style of story. I would definitely recommend watching videos to get an idea of what you'd be getting into. Because if you have a very short attention span like me and you like things to move quick and you're super competitive and just want to bang through it, that's not this game.
No, I'm the same way.
You will not enjoy it. It's a lot of reading.
And the gameplay is quite fun, but it's simple. What do you think of the gameplay?
The actual matches, or
Yeah.
it's almost like 2 separate games, right?
Because of the
It's
dialogue?
like a guided, it's a interactive story
Uh-huh.
with a mini game inside of it.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like Oregon Trail at some time. Like if you
Yeah.
go this way, you could get stuck, but this
You've
way,
got dysentery
yeah. But instead, it's like you found I don't know,
with a cool mini game in the middle of it.
yeah, like a Dark Knight flower, and you could sell the flower for advantages during the game, different effects.
Yeah, so if you just want to do versus mode, that's better for if you're like me or Garrett here and you just want to play the matches. Just go do versus mode.
I kind of like this idea of giving someone a little bit more depth to a game if that's what you're into, or playing versus mode if that's what you're not into.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I thought about playing this game, like this would be kind of cool on my mobile device, because sometimes I don't want to play just like the super casual, single finger
Flick
Mario
games.
run. Yeah, like so if this was like on my phone and I could kind of pause the story and come back and pick it up, or skip the dialogue sometimes when I wanted to, I think that'd be kind of cool. Because sometimes I want a mobile game, but sometimes, I think it's almost too light of like a computer game.
It's like in a weird spot between mobile and...
Yeah, right? Don't you feel like would you
Desktop.
sit down and play this campaign on your like really nice gaming PC?
I would not play this campaign. I just wouldn't. I mean, it moves too slow for me.
Yeah.
That's not to say it's bad. I'm sure that this is the kind of thing James would probably really like.
Yeah, he's probably sad that we don't love it.
Yeah, I mean, he really loves story-rich games like this. But I'm looking for, like, where can I crash a car into? Or are there any guns I can get?
Do you think it would, if you could have skipped the dialogue? Not the dialogue, actually. Dialogue you could skip, but you couldn't skip the cutscenes. Like
all the little
zooming
animations and
out
everything.
from your wagon to show you the landscape took
Yeah.
like 20 seconds. Probably
Like,
not, but it
yeah.
felt like it.
So we're probably the wrong people to review this game.
No, I mean, I think, I'm kind of a casual gamer, so like if I picked this up and played it, I would wish that it went a little bit faster, and I wouldn't really, like I said, this would be a good tablet game. I just wouldn't sit down to my computer, like take the time out of my day, turn on my computer to play this light of a game, But it's
Yeah.
also fairly, the story mode seems fairly straightforward, and I mean, there are choices you can have, but I don't know.
Yeah. So for our reviews, do you buy it full price, buy it on sale, don't buy it?
Well, I played it, and I'm a little bit interested in playing it more, so I guess I would buy it on sale. Well, I want to see how it ends.
So you would get it.
I would probably buy it on sale. I'm okay with leaving right now and never playing this game ever again as long as I live. But if I came across it on a Humble Bundle, or if they somehow ported it so I could play it on my tablet, I'd probably get it. And it was on sale, I'd get it because I'm just curious. And I'd save it for like a long plane ride or traveling, and I knew I had time to read through the story because I kind of want to see.
Yeah, in that kind of context, it actually would be pretty. I might even go for it in that.
Right, like a good
setting.
like sit on your couch kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a casual couch with your tablet when you have some extra time. So I'd get it on sale.
I think this is the kind of game when I was younger, I had more patience for games.
Yeah.
To and to get more into the story.
Yeah.
But these days, I would pass on this one personally. And I don't want to come off as getting down on it because it's obviously very good for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't fit me.
What
So
about the versus mode? Just quick match.
even that? I'd rather go play Griffball.
Oh, or Rocket League. I mean, I think
Something a little bit sillier and faster.
yeah,
and
Rocket League. You're gonna have a lot more gameplay and
So
laughing and
a
more
little more
fun
frantic.
in 10 minutes than this game you've just been reading for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I think if you're getting this, you're getting it because of the story.
Yeah, which is only
And
okay.
it's got
at
this
this
in-depth
point.
story, and you meet all these cool people, and you help them escape exile or the outworld.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're into that, great. It's gonna really hit those buttons. But for those of us who just can't concentrate that long,
Yeah.
you might want to pass.
Don't have time. All right, it's good.
So that's it for us today. Thanks for being with us. You can find all our social info down in the little panel under us, and we'll catch you next time.
We at Game Club want to thank you for watching this video, and if you would, please like, subscribe right here, watch a couple extra videos, and keep playing games.